I've never, and that's one of the biggest pressures is not knowing. Like, but then again, it goes back to, are you going to, they say a closed mouth don't get fed.
That is very accurate.
I think the biggest thing we got to get out as men is out of our way is having a closed mouth because, again, you never know what people are going through. Yeah. There's somebody that's going through the same thing that you went through, that you can go ask a question. Hey, bro, and I always like having these conversations because I'll be like, hey, bro, just like we had a conversation about finances. Hey, bro, what you got going on in your finance? Because I could take something from you and put it into my playbook and see if it works.
Of course.
That's true.
Exactly.
I think that's one big pressure that we got to get out of is stop having a closed mouth.
Yeah.
Because, we don't progress forward and, with being tucked off in the corner. You got to put yourself out there.
Yeah. What Coach said, no such thing as a bad question.
Yeah. And I think just even more than all, it's a fear of failure as a man.
That is true.
You're because you have so many people either watching you or people that are dependent on you. The last thing you want to do is fail them. Or even more so, exactly. Prove them right that you ain't nothing. You ain't about nothing, and it's kind of like, okay, so I'll take everything.
Yeah,
I take everything, put it on my back, and try to move on. Try to walk, run, whatever, with all that's on my back, in hopes that the more I keep running, the more I keep going or striving towards a particular goal, this load will get lighter. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then at the end of it, I don't have to say I failed you or that I'm a failure or that I didn't hit the mark or I didn't come to or meet your expectations that you had in me that for whatever reason I didn't even have in myself.
Oh, exactly.
And I'm trying to still be the man that you want me to be with your expectations, but I have none for myself. I'm just out here. My mouth closed, so I ain't getting no. I ain't getting no help from nobody else. It's just
because I ain't asking.
I'm just gonna load it up though. I load it up, and
the crazy thing with you saying that, right? And I always come back to this too, because 9 times out of 10, you always come back to the word.
Yeah.
God created a helpmate for you,
Right.
Yeah.
It didn't say you had to run this race alone.
Exactly.
He said, let me give you somebody.
Yeah.
That boy preaching today.
But even that, it's that coupled with just the pride of a man.
Mm-hmm.
A pride of a man, either what you saw or what you were told is, you have to have some pride about yourself. You have, and it's like, pride is one thing, but I feel like pride is probably a lot of times our worst enemy because
I think that's it. I was going to ask you, you think it's pride?
Like it's our worst enemy, but it's something that we have so much of. We have an abundance of pride.
Oh yeah,
and it's the one thing that fails us in every single situation. We got so much of it though.
Pride can kill you, pride can help you.
And it's like, I'm too prideful to ask somebody else what they did. I'm too prideful to even more so ask my wife, can you help out with this or this or that?
Right.